Yay, we're ready. All right. So, okay. Okay, we're live. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the next episode of the Body Active Show. I'm here with the beautiful Amber Wise of Ladies Boot Camp, Fit Ladies Boot Camp. And she's helped so many people with their health, and I love her story. So, Amber, please introduce yourself and who you serve, what you do, all the amazing things about yourself.
Hi, well, thank you so much for having me on. I just love talking with women like you who care about other people's health and helping them with that. So I'm Amber Wise. I am a mother of four, ages 2 all the way up to 21. I am in the US, a military spouse,
Mhm.
and I run Fit Ladies Boot Camp, which is what I'm really passionate about. And that's helping women get in shape from home without taking a lot of their time and just build their confidence and build their like inner strength. That's my jam.
Yeah, totally. I love the message you share all the time in your live videos. It's just a beautiful message. So, tell me a little bit about your journey, like what got you into fitness and like A to Z, what's going on, because it's really an amazing journey you've had. So,
Yeah, thank you. So I love telling my story, but I also like just to start with like just because you don't have like this kind of like quote unquote disability that I'm going to talk about doesn't mean that you don't have your own hard things to overcome in life. And so I always hope that when people listen to the story, they're not just like, oh, well, that's great for you, but I hope it like inspires you, like whatever you're going through or whatever obstacles you have. And I know you work with a lot of people, with obstacles during in their health. And, I just hope that it inspires people that
I know it
everybody's
was
hard is their
subtle.
hard.
Yeah.
Um, so anyway, so I was born with cerebral palsy. So at 2 years old, the doctors told my mom that I would never run, I'd never ride a bicycle, I'd never swim, like I'd never have a quote unquote normal life, whatever that is, right? And so I lived that way for a good 10 years. And then one day I came home and I was like crying. It was so terrible. Kids are so mean
Yeah.
at school. And they were calling me crippled and they were calling me mean things. And this day I just had kind of broke down and I was crying about it. And I just felt, I think, I don't know, I think everyone at some point in their life just feels like not normal. Like everyone feels like, oh, I don't belong, you know?
Trying to figure out life, right? I mean, it's so hard when you're not sure who you are. You're discovering who you are as a person. I can imagine
Yeah.
how hard that is at those preteen years in school and, everything you had to go through without
Yeah.
any real motivation or answers.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it was pre internet days. So it's not like you could pull up on the internet and find out about this condition. And so I did read encyclopedias a lot because I had no friends. So anyway, this particular day I came home and I was crying and my sister was like, my older sister's like 2 years older than me. And she was like, Amber, don't listen to them. You are normal. There's nothing wrong with you. In fact, you can ride a bicycle. Let me show you. And I'm like, I'm not supposed to ride a bike because I wasn't supposed to do like anything. I was like really sheltered. She's like, you can. There's nothing wrong with you. This is ridiculous. And I was like, I mean, she's my older sister. I'm like, okay, that sounds better than what everyone else is telling me. Let's go
Yeah,
with that
like
one.
that.
And so I did. I learned to ride a bike. It really wasn't that hard for me. And so I was like, okay, what else are they telling me I can't do that I actually can do?
Mm.
And so I did. I started reading encyclopedias. I got my mom to put me in physical therapy. And I just really started digging in and trying to learn as much as I could about the brain because cerebral palsy is something that the brain cells are dead that control the right side of my body. But I mean, I can move the right side of my body. But I didn't have as much control over it as I do now because the brain cells are dead. So you can't move it. And so I had to learn to move it somehow other than using those brain cells that are dead.
Oh,
And
there's so much
so,
of our brain we don't use, right? I mean,
right.
activating other things.
And
Yeah.
I read that somewhere. I don't know if it was in the library or in an encyclopedia, but I read that I think it was Albert Einstein said that we're only using like, do you know the percentage? I think it's like 20% of our brain or
I think
maybe
it might be
lower.
less.
Yeah. And so I was like, hold on, there's brain cells just sitting up there. Maybe I could make them control this right side of my body. So I did. So I learned to just move my body. And I don't always look 100% like other people, but that's okay And so anyway, so I did. I started having a normal life. I had children and got married, and started having this normal life. And unfortunately, about 6, 7 years ago, I was going through a divorce, and it really pushed me to run, to work out, to go to the gym, like to do all these different things. And I started competing in triathlons, and I started competing in half marathons, and I started doing all of these things. And I was like feeling powerful and feeling confident again. And like every area of my life, every time I put my fitness first, every area of my life has improved.
Yeah.
And it was just amazing because I was like, wow, here I am making more money now because I'm ran a half marathon. Like that doesn't even make sense. And
Mhm.
I'm closer with my kids now. And I'm doing better in all areas. And so people started telling me, Amber, you look different. Like you carry yourself different, but your cerebral palsy and your limp is not that noticeable anymore. And
Right.
then men even started telling me it was cute the way I walked. And I was like, what? My whole life I've been picked on for this limp. And now all of a sudden I'm like super sexy because I walk with a limp. I'm like, what is
You
this life?
stand out, right?
And so I was like, okay, let's do it. But what I found was when I would work out, my life would improve. And my self confidence grew, which I did not have a lot of self confidence ever,
Well, you're
ever.
winning and you're winning and you're winning, right? Every milestone you hit with your fitness, it's like another win there for you, which builds your confidence in every other aspect of your life. So I
Right.
totally see how that makes you shine and makes you more attractive because your energy is everything as well. So
Mm,
yeah.
very good point. Yeah. So my energy was rising from that because of those small wins. It's a small win every day when you make yourself work out when you didn't want to.
Yeah.
And so, anyway, what happened was I just got really into fitness and I got really into health and I was really passionate about helping other people. And then I got remarried and had another baby. That's where my 2 year old came from. So I've got much older kids and then I've got a 2 year old and I developed hypothyroidism.
Right.
And so that was hard because at this point, I'm kind of teaching people about their health and I'm their health coach, but I'm having trouble losing the weight myself. And I was used to having hours in the gym. I could go, I had teenage girls, I was a single lady. I could spend hours in the gym and nobody missed me. But then here I am, I've got this baby to a military spouse, which means I don't live anywhere close to home. So I have no babysitters. And I've got to figure out a way to lose this weight because I feel like a hypocrite. And so that's how Fit Ladies Bootcamp was born because I started doing these home workouts that my baby could be there with me
Right.
or he could be sleeping at nap time. So they were quick workouts that you could do from home. And I just put a lot of intensity, but I made it so user friendly because honestly, I could just fall over right after my pregnancy. It really
Right.
affected everything. Like all the cerebral palsy stuff came back in full force. And so I needed something that like literally anyone could do that has limbs that work. And then I needed something quick and I needed something that worked. And
Right.
I looked out there and there wasn't a whole lot that I loved. And so I was like, I'll just create it. And so I started doing it. I started losing weight. I started getting super lean, super fit again. And then people were asking me, like, they knew I wasn't in the gym because they saw my Facebook stories of a baby all the time. And so they were like, how are you doing this? Are you like dieting? Like, what are you doing? And I was like, no, dude, like, I'm totally just working out at home. I'm doing these quick workouts. And so I just decided like other people could use this too.
Right.
And my personal training calendar was full. It's always full, like one on one. So I said, why don't I do a group thing where you can get my workout every single day? You can get my meals every single day. And I can charge like a super low price. So
Right.
people don't have to hire this expensive personal trainer, but they can still have amazing results. And so it's been a little bit over a year. I'm just ecstatic about the growth of the group and the growth of the individuals in the group.
Right.
So that's me. Huh. Long story.
That's a great story, Amber. I'm
Thank
so
you.
happy you're sharing it with everyone, and you're helping so many women. And I could tell the vibe in your group is like so high. It's such a great energy. Um, when you have your women that come to you, what are some tips you like to give them? Like some starter tips to get you know the confidence back or to get back into their fitness routine that helps them in all sorts of ways.
Right. And so nutrition isn't necessarily my expertise, but what is my expertise is working out and moving your body. I believe our moods live in our body. I believe the way, the way you get to the next level in anything is by movement of your body. And
Right.
so when people say, what do I do first? I always say, you start with working out. And it doesn't have to be hard. You can just set a timer for
Mm-hmm.
10 or 20 minutes and then do your workout. You can do some kind of workout. There's so many free resources. I'd love for people to join me in my group, but there's fitladiesbootcamp.com. But there's so many free resources out there that you could literally grab your phone and say, okay, for the next 30 days, I'm going to work out for 10 minutes a day, or I'm going to work out for 20 minutes a day, and set that timer and make it a no excuse minimum standard.
Right.
And I think that if you have a standard, how long am I going to work out and for how many days? And then you start. That's so important to start your workout. Then I think that you're golden. Like, you're going to get your results. There's no way to keep moving your body and not level up your life, not start losing weight, not start feeling better.
Yeah, I think sometimes people like overcomplicate it and think they have to do 50 things to get that journey started. And I tell my clients, I'm like, look, if you pick your three favorite songs and maybe get it to 9 to 10 minutes and dance every day for like hardcore dancing, like you did, like crazy, really enjoy that song and just do it every day for 10 minutes, like you're saying, and just commit to that. And those little wins, building that habit is like the one of the biggest mental pieces I think people have trouble with. And even like with diet, I'm not like a dietitian either, but something as simple as like, I'm going to commit to drinking X amount of water every day and just focus on that one little piece, not focus on, oh my God, I have to throw everything away in my kitchen. You don't have
Right.
to like I think that's that overwhelming piece that people have this like huge fence or hurdle to go over, and it just, what, it's so hard, forget it, I'm not gonna do anything. It's like, no, do like one teeny thing, like you're saying, a 10-20 minutes a day, and commit to that. It's that commitment piece.
Yeah, I think that if you commit to something every single day and then you don't let yourself off the hook, like you do the thing, and it doesn't have to be a hard thing. In fact, I suggest a very not hard thing so you can feel good about it. And you can always do more than the
Right.
minimum, but that's the minimum. So I think if you can do that, and then what you're saying is like adding something in. So not necessarily you got to throw away all the Cheetos, but maybe you're going to drink, a gallon of water a day, or maybe you're going to add in two veggies a day, or maybe you'll juice to get those veggies, however you want to do it. But if you could just add something in that's good for your body, I think that that's really important as well. And then the other thing is, like, I always tell people, and I can drop a link below if it's okay with you, for them
Yeah,
to
of
have a
course.
little a
Yeah,
little
share
freebie.
whatever you can.
Yeah, so I have a little freebie that I give people, and it's these motivational affirmations that you can read every single day that will really, get you going. Because the first one is like, I can do hard things. And then in parentheses, I put, and heck, you already have. Like,
Yeah.
think about it. Like, all of us are warriors. All of us are overcomers. We've all had our own battles to overcome. Like, you've already done really hard things in your life. You can totally do this. You
Right.
can totally commit yourself to 20 minutes a day. And so I think that reminding yourself of how freaking strong you are, how awesome you are, and how tough you are is awesome. Like, you have literally survived every bad day you've ever had. So it's cool.
It's so funny. You just made me think about like people could commit to 8 to 9 hours of working a day. If like you could commit that block of time at your desk at work, and like 20 minutes should be nothing. Like if in the grand scheme of things, you really could commit to just 10 minutes a day. I don't know.
I think but I think it's hard I think you hit the nail on the head, because people overcomplicate,
Yeah.
and they absolutely do. If it is not your area of expertise, it is very easy to overcomplicate it, because you're like, well, what gym should I join?
Right.
Do they have childcare?
Yeah.
What am I going to wear?
How
Well,
much
how
is
am I
it
going to
cost?
use, how much is it going to cost?
Yeah.
How am I going to schedule that time? Well, how am I going to use the equipment? Is my goal weight training? Is my goal cardio? Like, what am I going to, and then like all these questions. And sometimes they're so much that you literally can't even hear them because they're so jumbled up. And then you're like, oh, I'll start tomorrow. And I think that's where the overwhelm comes from. And a mentor of mine once said, never use the word overwhelm, just take the next step.
Yeah.
Like just take the next step. And so that's why I think Fit Ladies Boot Camp is so amazing. And I'm sure what you do is so amazing too, because you literally like hold their hand and help them so much. And I
Mhm.
think getting with someone who is going to lay it out for you, it takes out the overwhelm.
Yeah.
So when they get involved with you, or if they get involved in my program, you don't have to think about all of those things I just said. Like none of it. You're in your home. Who gives a crap what you wear? Sometimes
Mhm.
I wear fuzzy socks. I do a workout. Like I'm not lying. And I'm still helping women lose weight. So you don't have to think, okay, what day today am I doing? Is
Organize
today
it.
a leg day? Is today an ab day? Should I, like it's already there. The whole system is laid out for you
Mhm.
from someone who has actually done it.
Right.
And so if you want what someone else has, you have to do what someone else has done. And if
Right.
you could get into a low cost program that is like literally telling you every day what to do, like that will change everything. That's a game changer. So,
That's
but
amazing.
I think the overwhelm is where people get stuck sometimes.
Yeah. Well, so your program, you have it, the group, is it on Facebook or is it in your website? How do they find your group to join?
Okay, so yeah, so you can go to fitladiesbootcamp.com. We are open right now, but we're literally going to be closing in the next 24 to 48 hours, and we're not going to open registration again till next year.
Oh,
And we're going to start a Biggest Loser competition. So you can win spa gift certificates, you can win cash. So
that is
um,
awesome.
yeah, so you definitely want, if you're even a little thinking about it, you should probably do it, because it's a no brainer cost. It's only $47 a month. There's no contract, so you can cancel anytime. But yeah, so you go to fitladiesbootcamp.com and register, and then from there you'll get an email telling you how to join the Facebook group. So most everything is housed in our Facebook group. And so yeah, and then if you're not ready and you're like, okay, I just kind of need to check this girl out before I commit to anything, I personally would not wait, because we're not going to open until next year. But you can check me out. My name is Amber Wise on Facebook, and I think you probably tagged me.
Yeah.
And so that's how most people find me. I'm on Instagram at Wise Fit Life. So Wise Fit Life, all one word. And I have a free group, and I can drop that link below too.
Drop all of this in the comments.
Yeah, yeah. So then you can join the free group and just be part of a girl community and kind of check me out ahead of time, whatever you need to do. But
You
yeah,
guys, it's a community that has amazing energy. They're just full of positivity, and Amber's just like a bright light. You're just beautiful, and your energy just is amazing. So definitely check it out, you guys.
thank you,
Um,
Joanna.
yeah. So what else you got to tell us? Any final words, especially in a stressful day?
Yeah, yeah. Oh gosh, don't get me started on the stress of the day. Like I heard this thing the other day, and I just think it's so good. Like you are the driver of your life.
Hmm.
And so many times we act like we're in the passenger seat of our own life, or we act like we're in the back seat of our life. And then when we really need to make those hard decisions, like a hard left or hard right, then we'll ask someone else in the passenger seat of our life, like, hey, what do you think I should do? And then they give us whatever advice, but it doesn't really matter because it's not their car and they're not driving. And so I just think it's important to own where you are, and to know that you can make a difference. I did a live yesterday talking about positivity on my Facebook page, but also like the power of our words. And so I think right now it's like a really sexy thing to do, to just kind of chill and not progress our life.
Hmm.
And it's like really sexy to gain weight, and it's really sexy to like not care and watch Netflix all day. But we don't know what the rest of 2020 is going to look like, and we don't know what 2021 is going to look like.
Right.
So I think that if I were to leave people with anything, it's like, where do you want your life to be? And stop letting all these other outside sources control where your life is, and make some decisions for you, because
Yeah.
there's no time like the present to start steering your life in the way you want it to go. And so that's what I would say. I would say whatever your dreams and your goals are, do something today that gets you closer to them.
Yes, those baby steps, just like with figuring
Yep.
out fitness, with just moving in that direction. Every step counts. So
Every step counts for sure.
so amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. This was so great.
Yeah.
And
Thank
you
you for
guys
having
check
me.
out her group, check out her profile, check her out everywhere you can find her, Instagram. and on Facebook. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Amber. You are just a delight. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Joanna. You're amazing.
Have a great rest of your day, guys, and don't stress this too much, okay?
Bye.
Bye.